Wow, guys, the topic for today is mind-blowingly amazing.
Oh no.
You sound so enthralled.
I'm just tired, y'all. I have COVID.
COVID.
They got me.
Yeah, the cocoa.
The government got me.
Oh my God. Oh, this government, right.
What? Oh,
This government got you.
yeah. So what's our topic for the day?
The uh the topic for the day, I haven't come up I haven't come up with a title for it, but essentially it comes down to moral dilemmas or ethical dilemmas that we're
Ooh.
going to be weighing in on.
Oh, a favorite of mine.
One potential title is Snip Snip Surprise,
Uh,
which you'll understand the meaning of once we get through our stories here.
okay. I can't wait.
Are we ready to dive in or
We never introed, so
right? We are not professionals at this whatsoever.
we're both sick actually. Pugly also is sick.
With some kind of virus, it's not as intense as COVID.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, it's no, I can tell you from my own experience that it's really not been that bad.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
I wish my voice sounded as good as Mickey's.
My voice sounds terrible, actually.
I love when my voice is that way though.
No, I mean, I like cold voice, I like it, but I just sound so tired and slurry. Like I'm slurring my words because 'cause I'm so tired.
That's familiar territory for me,
Oh.
as you know.
Uh-huh.
You've known me quite some time, so you've heard quite a bit of slurred words from sleep deprivation.
Mhm. Well, I feel like this is my 4th time getting COVID. I feel like every time has been so different, but the one, constant is the headache for me,
Oh,
and I get congested, really congested.
I don't remember having a headache when I had COVID, but I've only had it once, so I don't have a lot of comparisons.
Mm. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Welcome back to the Secondhand Confessions. I'm Mickey,
I'm Pugly.
and here's our first story.
My friend wants me to help him get a vasectomy against his wife's wishes.
Okay. This is a tricky one. Bodily autonomy. Excuse me. Bodily autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be able to do whatever he wants with his body. But let's see what's going on here.
All right, here we go. I understand this sounds bad, but please reserve judgment until you've read the post. My friend, let's call him Adam, 24 male, got his wife pregnant when they were on their second date. They rushed to get married before the kid was born because their families are religious, deep south. And in under 3 years, she has had 2 more kids. The problem is serious birth control failures, so much so he doesn't trust her on the matter anymore. She was supposedly on the implant when kid 1 was conceived, and on the pill with 2 and 3. She refuses any type of sterilization because she might want more. But he is struggling on all fronts and can't afford the kids he has now. He had to drop out of school, and he works at a chemical factory job just to keep the lights on. He has expressed his desire for this ever since the 3rd kid, and she won't budge. He even pushed the my body, my choice argument, only for her to say men don't get that choice. And he's pretty upset about her always getting her way and making his life hell if she doesn't. His work would pay for it, entirely free, because they work with chemicals and it increases the odds of birth defects thousandsfold, so he doesn't have to worry about the money it'll cost. He's setting up the date and wants me to drive him there and back, and he's going to tell her when it's already done. I'm hesitant to be involved in this, but I think it's the right thing to do. He asked me to research into it to make sure he won't get into any trouble, and he doesn't need her permission on any front in our state. Just like she doesn't need his permission to stop birth control without telling him. I think he should just tell her he is doing it and she can deal with it, but he doesn't want to fight about it anymore. I've agreed to drive him, and it's not for a few months anyways, but I'm already getting second thoughts. I can't even really tell mutual friends in case it gets back to his wife. Weird secret to keep.
Ooh. I already know what I think. Do you want to share your initial thoughts when you first read this?
My initial thoughts are, bitch, what do you mean men don't get that choice? That is such a
Literally.
double standard. Like, what? everybody gets that choice about their own body.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, bodily autonomy is like a crucial value, I think, for everybody. And if you want it respected for yourself, then you have to respect it for other people. So
Yeah.
it's hypocritical of you to say, no, you don't get that right.
Yep. This is a fake ass feminist.
Probably. But I also, my initial thoughts on this were, I don't really get why you'd want to be in a marriage with somebody that you think baby trapped you and that you think you can't communicate with and have like a conversation about this with. That doesn't seem like a healthy relationship to me.
No, it doesn't. The thing is, we don't know that she baby trapped him.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
But if you think that, if that's your thoughts about your wife, why would you want to be
Yeah.
with that person? Even if you don't have proof of it.
True. Very true. My initial thought, and I wholeheartedly support him getting a vasectomy, but my initial thought was just like, stop having sex with her.
Stop having sex or use condoms. Like those are things within your control.
Did they use condoms already?
He might have said that she like sabotaged that method as well. I don't remember.
Oh.
But like keep the condoms on your person and like only take them out when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like obviously it's right for him to like do whatever he wants with his body, but if he wants to preserve this relationship, I would actually talk about it beforehand and see what's going on and like maybe be like, I think we should stop having sex because we can't afford more kids, and then see what she says. Like maybe she'll be like, no, 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 I'll take my birth control, or no, we can use a condom.
But he doesn't trust her to do those things properly.
Yeah, I think okay, let me think about this. I think the person is well within their rights to get a vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the poster, like you're acting as just their friend. It's not like you're doing the deed yourself. Like you're just there to support them. So, I mean, it's not like they can't have kids in the future. Like they could always adopt or have a sperm donor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think some vasectomies are reversible, right?
I looked that up because I've heard it both ways. Like a lot of people have come out saying, yeah, it's reversible, but there are some stipulations to that, which include the fact that the reversal or the success of the reversal depends on a few factors, including the time since the vasectomy, surgical technique, and individual health factors. So if you've had the vasectomy less than 10 years ago, there's a higher success rate with 30 to 70% pregnancy rates in that category versus more than 20 years ago. Success is possible, but there's a much lower likelihood. So there's some factors to consider there.
That's true, but like I mean, I don't see them having kids in their 50s. So like if they're in their mid 20s right now. So I'm saying like okay, like maybe he would be able to reverse it. It's a small chance, but like maybe he would be able to. And then they can always adopt if she wants more kids. But like I think he should talk to her, not the poster, but the guy. The husband should talk to her and be like, you know, I really feel like we're not on the same page here. And I cannot afford to have more kids. Like, this is, especially if he's maybe the sole provider or whatever, like, this is as good as I can do. I'm like literally risking my health at this chemical plant.
And the health of the children that might be born.
Yeah. And I can't do any more. Like, I cannot have any more kids. Like, for me, it's either vasectomy or abortions in the future. And that's how I feel about it. Like, that's a line for me. And that's how I feel like a healthy conversation would go. I don't know necessarily what her response would be.
I suspect her response would be, well, you don't get that right. Like only I can choose to.
Yeah.
I don't know if she would be okay with an abortion. I guess it depends on whether she really is sabotaging the birth control methods or if he's just making that up. Like if her intentions are to truly just have as many children as possible, then I guess her response would not be so conducive to like a healthy agreement on that.
Yeah. And like as a spouse, you need to like, you're sharing your life. Like you need to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Your spouse's ideal life too. Like he wasn't even ready to have more than one, I don't think, right?
Well, the one that they did have was on their second date. They conceived it on their second date.
Oh, wow.
The first child, remember?
Yeah.
And then they had two more after that.
Yeah.
He's only 24 years old. I don't know how old the woman is.
Yeah. And like a relationship at that stage is not very deep too. So like, I'm like, even in my head, I was thinking, oh, but we don't want to sacrifice their relation. But it's like, what are they even talking about?
Well, I just keep coming back to the fact that like, if you truly believe your partner is baby trapping you, why are you staying? I just do not understand that one bit.
I think a lot of people would stay for the kids. A lot of people would stay because that's their life. They invested a lot of stuff into it.
Yeah, but you're going to have to invest a lot more if you have more children.
I think it's easier said than done, Pugly.
To leave.
Hmm.
I think you're right. And one commenter does kind of speak to how it might be difficult or like the nature of the relationship and why that might make this difficult. They said, your friend is in an abusive relationship and his partner is using reproductive coercion to have more kids. If he was my friend, I'd be encouraging him to leave her, but at the very least, someone should help him get a vasectomy. Another doubtful guest then responded, fuck a vasectomy. They need a divorce. Help him get the vasectomy too. I don't know if he wants to have no more children with just this woman. Like, if he were to leave, would he be open to the idea of children with another partner? Or, like, if this is a
Yeah.
permanent, like, I'm done with kids, like, period. That's my line. I draw the line here.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's cruel too. The fact that she's like driving him to like get a vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that because we really don't know if she's sabotaging.
Well, assuming she is.
Assuming she is, she's driving him to get a vasectomy, and maybe means like he's not able to have kids ever again, like biological children,
Mm-hmm.
and that sucks.
Yeah.
Like maybe he'll be more ready in the future to like financially and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
stability wise, but like we don't know if she is doing that or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting, but again, whether or not she's doing it, if you really think that's what your partner is up to, do not be with them. Like, that's not healthy in any way, shape, or form.
I think that's easy to say when you don't have kids with someone.
No, it's just the truth.
That pause.
Because I'm like, well, yeah, I don't have kids with someone, but it's healthier for them not to see that it's okay for a person to baby trap their partner too. Like, that's not setting a good example.
I know, but you and I have never had kids with someone before, or like kids at all.
I understand it's more difficult to sever ties with somebody that you have had kids with than someone who you haven't. In most cases, at least. I don't know. Maybe there's circumstances where it might not be the case, but
yeah.
Another commenter said, I would do it for my friend. He's allowed to control his own reproductive rights for his own body. And another commenter said, help him. It's the same as women helping each other get abortion care. His wife needs therapy because somehow multiple children isn't filling a void.
I agree with all these people. I think, like, if he plans on, I just think it's unhealthy for him to not talk about it. That's all.
I agree. If this is not a toxic relationship where a healthy conversation can be had, or there's an opportunity for that, I feel like they should pursue that. But if there's a reason he feels unable to do that, and with her response before of like men don't have that choice, I can kind of understand why he's feeling a little hesitant.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And I didn't take that into consideration because we don't have a whole lot of like their relationship like run-ins or like dynamic, I guess, except for like actually like that one statement.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good representative. I mean, I don't know how well it represents her, but it's not a very good reflection of her.
Yeah, very true. I hope she wakes up. I feel like a lot of people
wake up.
Wake up. I feel like a lot of people who are like in some kind of marginalized group, they will, I mean, I'm not saying a lot of people. I'm just saying like I hate to see when someone who's in a marginalized group says like you can't possibly know what I'm dealing with because I'm in this marginalized group.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're like, oh, well, you can't have this right either. It's like, what?
I don't encounter that a lot.
Oh, I encounter it a lot with white women.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, I think that white women get into their little bubbles of, like, the only thing to be mad about is, like, how women are treated, and it's like, okay, it's terrible how women are treated, but, like, also there's the rest of the people in the world who are mistreated. I don't know, but anyway, that's how it feels like here, like, she's like, "I'm the only one who could possibly, like, make this decision because 'cause I'm the woman and it's my bodily autonomy. I want kids, so we're gonna have more kids," or what. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if making a whole lot of sense.
Should we move on to our next story?
Mhm. So our second story is my 36 female boyfriend's 39 male ex-wife, 37 female, is terminally ill and she wants him back for the time she has left. She has given me the chance to leave graciously by myself. Is it worth fighting for him? Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yep.
The poster is a 36-year-old woman. Her boyfriend is a 39-year-old man, and the ex-wife is a 37-year-old woman. So she's terminally ill and wants him back for the time she has left. Okay. What the fuck? You forget.
Yeah, that's a pretty odd request, I say. I mean, I do understand it, but I also think if they have an existing partner, it's kind of rude to infringe on that.
I mean, I think it goes a little bit past rude.
Okay. I mean, I think I would be honestly like if I were the partner, if I were the poster basically, I would be like, "Oh my god, like I truly get where you're coming from and like I do not fault you at all for bringing up this possibility here, but like I don't think this is going to work for us."
I would be like, "Do you wanna catch an earlier grave?"
Oh, shit.
Yeah, get away from my man. Literally, what the fuck? Well, I also just wanna say before we even read it, like, what about what the boyfriend wants? If the boyfriend wants to be back with her for those months, like
No, men don't get a say in that.
yeah. No, but I just mean, like, she should just break up with him anyway.
Yeah, I would totally be done with that relationship if they decided to go back to them.
Yeah.
But I would politely decline if it were me personally. Like like, as the girlfriend, I'd be like, excuse me, I really appreciate your interest, but at this time, we are not taking applications, so"
Oh, Lord, that is too polite. Okay, so she says, "My boyfriend and I have been together for a bit less than a year. From the start, he was open about how he was coming out of a long-term relationship with his ex-wife, Lexi. They were college sweethearts and got married in their early 20s. They were together for more than a decade. She was diagnosed with cancer at 31, and he stayed with her through years of treatment until she got better. But after that, they got divorced. She told him that after surviving cancer, she wanted to truly experience life by traveling around the world and wanted to do it by herself. This was 3 years ago. I know it sounds bad, but I always thought she was a bitch for leaving her husband after he stood with her during the cancer. It is supposed to be in sickness and in health, not just in sickness. A few weeks ago, Lexi came back to America and wanted to have dinner with us. She was overly nice with me and spent all night telling story after story about her trips. She claimed that she had seen everything the world had to offer and now was ready to return to a more normal life in America. She was obviously a charming person, but I couldn't avoid feeling that she came off as kind of false. This week, she called me and asked to see me privately. She told me not to tell my boyfriend about it. I complied with the request because she sounded very serious about it. She explained to me that the real reason she returned to America was because her cancer came back. She told me that she's not going to go through treatment again, so she has limited time left to live. She said that I was lovely and that she was really sorry about the timing, but she was going to get back together with my boyfriend because he was the love of her life. She added that it would be better if I graciously left by myself to avoid any drama.
Oh my god.
Okay. What?
Hmm.
What? But also, like, what a boss bitch. Like, I'll let you leave.
Please, the door's there.
Do yourself a favor. Oh, God. Like, she's that confident that he's gonna get back with her.
I don't wanna start any drama, so if you could just leave,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah. The confidence. Okay. I was taken aback by this, as you can imagine, and tried to argue, but she radically changed her tone and bluntly told me this was not up for debate. She said I had to break up with my boyfriend in the next week and be fully out of our apartment by the end of the month, or she was going to do it for me. Oh my God.
Pushy, pushy.
Yeah. I am very conflicted about this. It is obvious that Lexi is acting kind of crazy, but in some way, she does have a point in that it would be better if I just left to avoid the drama. Like, if she's determined to get him back, I am going to fight a terminally ill woman trying to keep her away from the love of her life in the limited time she has left. But I also love my boyfriend and I don't want to leave him. If he was breaking up with me for this situation, I would understand it. But Lexi is not even giving him the chance. I honestly think that Lexi is a bitch. I know it is horrible to say this about someone with her condition, but it is what I feel.
Okay. My thoughts on this?
Yeah.
What if she's lying
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that.
and she just wants the guy back? That's a bitchy move.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, can you imagine? And then the poster finds out.
That's a bitch.
Oh god.
She called her a bitch twice in this, and she's like, "I'm so sorry to call her a bitch," but, like,
No, but she is a bitch.
that is a bitchy move for sure.
Yeah, like, life is fucking hard, and I absolutely cannot imagine what it's like to be terminally ill, but at the same time, like, you have to be an adult about it and deal with your emotions by yourself, like, you chose to leave him. If you really wanted to, like I mean, this would be bitchy too, but, like, go have a conversation with him and be like, "This is what's going on, like, I don't wanna intrude, but would you wanna spend the rest of my life with me?" Not, "Why is she coming to talk to his girlfriend about it?" Like, it's bitchy either way, but, like, this is bitchier, I think,
Mhm.
right?
You're saying it's bitchier that she's not involving the boyfriend at all?
Yeah, like, that she's going to the girlfriend rather than the boyfriend.
Yeah, and stepping on her toes and being like, "Bitch, move out of the way. I'm here. I'm ready."
Yeah. To the OP, I would say, "You're giving off weak vibes. You gotta get your RBF on because this bitch thinks that she can just walk all over you."
Yeah, and I wonder what her side of the conversation in that was. Like, she didn't really expand on how she responded when the woman came to her and said this.
Yeah.
She said, "I had to break up with my boyfriend in the next week and be fully out of our apartment by the end of the month, or she was gonna do it for me." Like, what?
Yeah. I would have laughed in her face and, like, paid for the bill and left. It's just weird though that, like, she never like, the poster never talks about what she thinks her boyfriend would want. Like,
Mhm.
hello, anybody? Does anybody care what he wants? Like
Well, is she scared though that he's going to take her back?
yeah, but, like, say that, like, I don't know.
And in the title, she says she has given me the chance to leave graciously by myself. Like, what? This is not a generous offer.
Yeah, I kinda have a feeling this is fake, like, I know we don't do that, but, like, I feel like this is fake.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I just think it could be a lie, and so call her bluff and just be like, "Bitch, no, I'm not moving. This is my boyfriend. You step away. I'm sorry you're dying, but that's for you to figure out on your own time. Like, this is my relationship, and you're not gonna infringe upon it."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would just tell her, like just like that and say, "If you and him wanna make an arrangement, go ahead."
Right.
Yeah, because maybe, like, honestly, maybe, like, they already talked about it, the boyfriend and the ex-wife, but, like, he's like, "I don't wanna break her heart," or whatever, and so he's being a coward.
Mm,
Like, no, he has to do it.
mhm.
Yeah. So some of the top comments are, what do you mean that Lexi isn't giving him a chance? Tell your boyfriend what she said immediately. He deserves a say in this arrangement too."
Yep.
Yep. Someone else said, "Let me rephrase what she told you. I'm dying and I'm lonely because nobody will date a dying woman, so I'm resorting to my last option. Your boyfriend probably won't replace you with me after I broke his heart. Please dump him so he's emotionally vulnerable and I can win him back so I won't die single." The person then says, "She's right. It's not up for debate because it's you and your boyfriend's life, not hers. Absolutely tell your boyfriend about it. You shouldn't have to fight her or him to keep your relationship. This should be a simple no thanks by your boyfriend to her offer, and you should continue your happy life. If he decides to leave you for her, then you've dodged a massive bullet and should be thankful she came back." Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think also, like, the loyalty that he displayed to her and his ex-wife in the past makes me
Mhm.
think that maybe he's not gonna leave his girlfriend,
Yeah.
but maybe he's more dedicated to his ex-wife than I don't know, she claims that he's the love of her life or whatever. I wonder how he feels about that. Because like, if they were loves of the lives
Those are the lives.
whatever, they, like
Like he would choose her over everyone else.
mhm. Right. Interesting. Calisthenics over there or whatever they
No,
call
I was
that.
trying to do that, dog. I was trying to do that. Calisthenics. Not
Whatever
the
the word is.
No, the dog thing.
Oh.
Because there's like a light shadow.
Oh, okay. Well, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, what a bitch.
As though that hasn't been said enough.
I mean, yeah, like there are some shitty ass people out there. And shitty ass people can have cancer and they're still shitty.
It did make me feel a little sad for her in the commenters' response when they pointed out that like it's probably hard for a dying woman to find a partner.
Yeah. Also, it's like your choice to die. Like it seems like there's treatment options.
Well, I guess that's true. It sounds so bad saying it's your choice to die.
No, I mean, I don't know. We should never shared what the odds are, but like she's not fighting it. She could easily say to the boyfriend and the girlfriend like, "Hey you guys, I'm dying and like I don't really have any family around. I've been traveling my whole life or like the last whatever 5 years, so I've cut off ties with everybody, but you guys mean a lot to me." Keyword you guys, like they're a couple. Do you mind if I like, live nearby and like you guys help me out when I need it? And I'm sure the ex-husband, like the boyfriend, would love to do that. It was just, you know, just how the girlfriend feels about it. Like, but that's the right way to do things, like through the front door. What the fuck is this backdoor bullshit?
Mm, I don't understand it.
You don't have to have a romantic partner when you're dying. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you can die alone.
You need friends. What you need is friends and family and like a community. But like, that's so crazy that like that we even say that, like, "Oh, I'm not in a relationship while I'm dying." Okay, like, you have so many other relationships. I don't think that's selfish, like, to want to be loved while you're dying in a romantic way, but it's like, you don't need it. You don't need it. You have so much other support. Or you have other avenues. You don't have to steal a girl's boyfriend. Like, what?
Yeah, and y'all already had y'all shot. Like you ruined it. You walked away.
Which I get. I get her wanting to go for her dream life, but, like, obviously your dream life is not to be married.
Right. I mean, just go keep traveling.
Yeah, like literally die in Sichuan, China.
Well, I think that kind of wraps us up on that one, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Shall we move on?
Mhm.
Well, this last one's called I paid $400 for someone to have sex with my sister's boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Are you ready for this ethical dilemma?
I don't think I am.
All
But
right.
go
Well, we
ahead.
don't have to explore it.
I would like to explore it.
Let's explore. My 29 female little sister, who's now 24, is the sweetest girl in the world, and we are extremely close. She started a situationship with the worst person I've ever met for 2 years. So many nights, I, my then fiance, now husband, her friends, held her while she cried over the things he would do and say to her until she finally broke it off. We thought it was behind us for around 5 months until she surprise announced that they were officially dating. My whole family hates this guy, and we were extremely distraught, but we're scared to let her know in case we pushed her away, since when we previously voiced how much we all disliked him and pushed her to leave him behind, he tried to get her to isolate herself from her friends and family. My wedding was coming up about 6 months after they made it official, and my sister was the maid of honor. I had no intention of inviting her devil spawn boyfriend, but he told her he would break up with her if he wasn't invited. He told her she was a terrible person if she associated with anyone at the wedding if they didn't support their relationship. Even my sister knew that was a stretch, but was anxious and crying every day for a week after he dragged her self-esteem to rock bottom and convinced her she was the worst partner in the world for not fighting for their relationship. So to avoid more heartbreak for her, I initially invited him. But I also coincidentally know the worst woman in the world. Used to be a friend of ours over a decade ago in high school, but she was terrible, and we cut off the friendship. She was not originally invited to the wedding. Her worldviews are abhorrent, and she slept with countless of our friends' old boyfriends while they were together, so I knew she was up for the job. She is dating a very sweet but very strange man, so I took the chance. offered her $250 and a wedding invite to hook up with my sister's boyfriend, but she must generate proof of some kind. She said she'd do it for $200, LMAO, but I also had to pay her boyfriend $200, and he was fine with it. She had it completed within the day. She bought tickets to a music venue he was going to that night. They are both despicable people, but Christ, I admit I was impressed. She sent full video taken by my sister's boyfriend to my sister that day. This was 2 months before the wedding. I had her send it to my sister's friends too, and I told family members about it so that the added humiliation of everyone knowing would make her less likely to forgive and stay with him. My sister grieved for many days, and initially I felt like the worst person in the world. I thought her self-esteem was so low already because of him, and I had just snuffed out what little she had left. But after a week, it seemed to have almost the opposite effect. It was like the validation she needed to know that all the gaslighting, manipulation, and horrible things he'd say for years was just projection, and that he was in fact the problem. They broke up, and she was very sad about it for a while, but I saw the light coming back in her eyes. He didn't come to the wedding. Awful woman did. My sister was extremely confused and upset by it, but I managed to convince her I had to let her come with an elaborate lie about her mother dying. That part isn't the lie. Her mother actually did die. That I hope never comes up again. Everyone had a good time. It has been a year since they broke up. My sister is like a whole new woman. She's confident, stands up for herself more, she's got a brilliant job, has an amazing apartment, and is dating a very sweet guy. I think my husband knows what I did. When he found out from my sister what had happened, he looked at me in this way, and we never talked about it. He never talked about it to me directly, and I'm sure it's because he clocked me immediately that I had something to do with it, and he didn't want confirmation. But I think he also approves. He told me yesterday how much relief it brings him to know she is doing worlds better without him. They are also very close. I know it's fucked up that I was capable of such a thing, but I don't regret it at all. If it comes out one day what I did, I'll take my consequences on the chin. I do often get anxious that the woman I paid will tell someone or use it as leverage over me, but it hasn't come up yet, surprisingly, to me. Maybe it was just another Saturday for her, and she has completely forgotten. I don't know.
Oh my God.
What a betrayal.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't care about the boyfriend. I care about her sister. That's not nice.
I know. I mean, that is the definition of entrapment. Like, she is like provoking him into cheating knowingly. Like,
Yeah.
there may not have been opportunities for cheating otherwise. And maybe he wouldn't
Yeah.
have committed infidelity.
Well, I mean, there's woulda, shoulda, coulda, but yeah, he did cheat. Like,
He cheated, but whose fault was that?
it was his fault. He cheated.
Well, yes, but like the poster's plan
Yeah. Mhm.
didn't have to happen. She
Well,
was never intending to invite this person to the wedding. She was never going to set them up. And then she
yeah.
set them up.
Yeah, but I mean, he is also a shitty guy.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel bad for him at all.
But OP's sister can discover that through other means, and she should have.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think that she should have talked to her sister and been like, I don't know, she could have made up something. Like, maybe that part isn't so necessarily have to be true. Like, I heard that someone saw him flirting with a girl. Like, what do you think about, like, entrapping him or whatever?
Like a loyalty test.
Yeah, like a loyalty test. Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think about doing a loyalty test? And then,
So she should have involved her more in that.
yeah, of course. Of course. Like, I would never do that to my sister.
Yeah, the planning process was really fucked because it was like so unilaterally decided.
Yeah. And like the whole telling the whole family because embarrassment will like be a motivator for the sister to not get back with him. Like, that's not nice either.
No. Yeah, I think she has good intentions, but her methods are questionable.
Yeah, they're quite evil, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, I felt like the worst person in the world. I mean, maybe there's a reason.
Yeah. Sometimes our feelings don't lie.
Yeah, sometimes feelings are valid.
Yeah.
Well, this one was a doozy here.
Yeah. Do you think that like there's any universe where this is okay?
I don't know. Like, I just feel like in most cases, I feel like people in toxic or abusive relationships should discover the abuse or the toxicity on their own, and that will lead to them leaving
Yeah.
rather than it being pushed upon them.
Yeah, like hearing something that you're not ready to hear might make you just more defensive and cling on to the relationship more. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know that this tactic is like, kosher in that way.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. This has always been like an issue for me is like what is overstepping and what isn't when it comes to like friends relationships, like or like loved ones relationships. And so like because of every time I've tried to say something, like it just doesn't go well, so I just don't say anything ever.
Like complaints, you mean?
Yeah, like let me think of like let's say there's one of my friends, her name is Sam and her boyfriend's name is Icarus.
Mhm.
And let's say Icarus is cheating on her and like we all know it. And she knows it, but like she like does like pretends to not know or pretends like it was okay that one time or whatever.
Mm.
But like we all know he still does it or whatever. Like let's say I've told her in the past like, "Hey, like it's not okay that he does this." And then she like stops telling me anything ever again. So now I never ask about Icarus unless she brings him up.
Oh. Well, that's just a boundary you're setting for yourself. I think that's healthy.
I know, but it does make me feel and obviously this is not based on anyone I know. Like I don't know anyone whose boyfriend is cheating on them. But like just this idea like is like I feel like maybe I should ask more cuz like I need to ask her about her life, like what how is Sam doing? Like I need to be curious about her life, but at the same time I'm like it's not so much a boundary for myself. It's not like because like I've gotten spurned
Mhm.
in the past, like, I don't really care about that. It's more like I feel bad that I'm not asking more because I'm like, "Wait, maybe I could help her see or I could help her whatever," but then it's like, it's not your place.
Yeah. I think you have to be really tactful about how you handle these discussions with people
Yeah.
on like toxic behaviors in a partner of a friend.
Yeah. And I mean, that goes for myself as well. Like, I'm sure, like, people in my previous relationships have been like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this bitch doing?" And, like, sometimes they've said things and I wasn't ready to hear them.
Mm.
And then sometimes they never said anything and I'm like, "Well, I wish someone said something."
I remember in college,
Uh-huh.
I had a roommate who was in a relationship that, oh my god,
Yeah.
I hated the guy because he was so rude to her. Like,
Yeah.
I just remember one time, like she like spent like days decorating and like making art for her wall for the dorm room.
Uh-huh.
And he came in one time and he's like, "That's so childish. You need to get rid of that." And I was just like,
Oh
"That
my
bitch." Like I
god.
told her straight up, I hate your boyfriend. Like, can you get rid of him?" Like essentially. And she cut contact with me. So that's when I learned that you can't be straight up with people about when you hate their
Yeah.
boyfriends.
Yeah. Wait, she really cut contact with you?
Like not like not I don't know what the word is. I don't know in English, but um
Fuck you. Stop
um,
quoting me. I have that in trade I trademarked that. You have to pay me now.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Whatever. No, I've heard it from a lot of bilingual speakers.
yeah. Yeah. So was it while you were living together that you said that to her?
Yeah, we used to volunteer like as part of a class, I think, at
Mhm.
like an elementary school, and we would go drive there together, and I told her in the car on the way, and she just kind of blocked me in real life after that.
And you were still living together?
Yeah, but I never saw her. Like I said, I never stepped foot in my room. I always slept in y'all's rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. LOL, you're like, "Well, there's not real any no real consequence."
And the funny thing was he literally lived right across the hall. Like not even the next door down. It was literally the room across the hall.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Go home.
Yeah, I'm glad they aren't together.
Mm. I'm sure she regrets a lot of that.
Yeah.
But that's really sad that we can't just have a language to talk to our friends about this kind of thing.
Like to just be, "Hey bitch, straight up, I'm just going to tell you like your boyfriend sucks because XYZ."
Yeah. Well, in a nicer way. Because I feel like I've said it in a nicer way and it still hasn't been taken well.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you said, sometimes people are ready to hear it and sometimes people aren't.
Yeah.
There were a few comments on this one. Chosen One said, I think many of us have that awful person orbiting our lives in some way, and thank goodness that they were a willing participant. It's great that you found a way to use your own personal devil to help your sister, but there is a chance this will eventually blow back on you. You'll probably be tempted to tell her at some point, but it's probably best this one goes to your grave. And pray the worst woman you know doesn't grow a conscience.
Yeah.
Then OP responded, honestly, I will take it to my grave gladly, though I had to get it off my chest anonymously. But I doubt it will stay hidden forever. If it comes out, I will gladly face whatever I have coming from her and friends and family. At the time, I didn't even consider whether it would get out. My sister was in a very low place to the point I felt desperate to intervene. Another commenter said, you paid $400 to test his fidelity. He chose to cheat. An escapist 011 said this, if he was a good guy, he wouldn't have taken the bait. He's the one that fucked up. I think there's a few areas of fuck up here.
Yeah.
I don't think you betray your sister like that.
No. I don't like how everyone is like lauding her for this.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that they're like, well, this could blow back on you, but they're not saying like, yeah, and it was kind of a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a shitty thing to do.
And when she says, I will gladly take the consequences on the chin or whatever she said, like, I'm like, if you would gladly do so, just tell her straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna take it to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. I think if this were me, I would enter witness protection program. I would be so scared for my like sister to find out. I would enter the whole family into the witness protection program.
Wow. What did the family do?
Like just so that we could all be away from the terrible girl, whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah.
She would never find us. I can't.
The one that cheated with the guy is
Yeah.
that who you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty low to take $200 to first of all to decrease the price.
Yeah.
No, 250 won't work for me. I only accept $200.
Yeah. Cause she could have bought the concert ticket with that 50.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. Cause okay, what would you think if you were the sister and you found out?
If it were my sister, I would cut contact with her indefinitely.
Mm. And how long is that indefinitely?
I don't know, just until I feel okay about recommunicating with her, or if I ever do, I might not.
Oh wow.
That's a pretty big way to betray me.
Mhm. I don't think it's right.
Well, how long would you not talk to your sister?
I would just be mad at her for a long time. I would still talk to her.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I would want to directly confront it. I'm like a very confrontational person.
Mhm. And how would that go?
What the fuck, Susan?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
Like, how could you? This was like one of the most painful times of my life, and you basically instigated it.
What did I instigate?
Okay, let's cut through the bullshit. You see the evidence that you instigated it. Defend yourself.
Well, I just needed to do it so that you would get out of that stupid toxic relationship.
You didn't need to do anything. I needed to see him for what he was.
Yeah, and you did. I presented it to you on a platter.
I didn't have to be hurt like that for it to happen.
Yes, you did.
Okay. I will never speak to you again. I think the OP would have by this point said, I'm so sorry, like I've been feeling so guilty.
Okay, let me start over. Sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm really sorry. I was planning to take this to my grave, so I really never wanted you to figure out about it.
Well, now I know.
Well, now you know. How did you find out again?
Derek told me.
Derek? Not even Sheila?
Not Sheila. It doesn't matter how I found out.
There was this girl named Sheila in elementary school
God.
that pinched me so hard one time. She had these nails that she she pinched me with two of her nails together, and it hurt like fuck. It was in a we were at a play, and
Uh-huh.
I couldn't scream because we were watching this play. And I like
Uh-huh.
remember because she was so mad because I was like there were like armrests or whatever,
Hmm.
and like we were all taking the one on our right side so that we would all have one armrest,
That's a
and
good
she wanted
memory.
both of them.
Uh-huh.
And so she was like doing that with her left arm or whatever. And then she pinched me with her fingers like on my arm to try and get my arm to move, which it did because I was like, fuck, dude, this hurts.
Damn.
Anyway, her name was Sheila. So
First of all, for you to remember this in that great of detail, obviously this was very traumatic for you.
it really was. It was an event, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna bet. Second of
That's
all,
why that's why I wanted Sheila to be the name of the worst person in the world or whatever.
oh. Second of all, when you name your child Sheila, like know that absolutely you are creating a sociopath. What the
I
fuck?
am not named. Yeah. I thought you were saying when I named my child Sheila.
No, in general.
Yeah.
In general, like what the hell? Who would do
Sheila's
that?
destined to become a sociopath.
Literally.
Well, so moral of the story is on this moral dilemma, what are we thinking here?
Ooh. Yeah, take it to the grave, but you fucked up.
Take it to the grave, but you fucked up, you know? I think that's like a t-shirt.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't think it's like her sister has healed. She's moved past it. I don't think it's maybe this is like wrong of me, but I don't think it's worth telling the sister.
I don't think it's wise
Yeah.
if you don't want to open up a can of worms.
But do you think it's a betrayal to not tell her?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I value the truth a lot more than the average person, I think.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I didn't say you weren't above average either, or
No,
two.
I'm just saying, wow, like you're better than the rest of us.
I'm just saying, can you not agree? Do you not think I do?
No, you do. You don't lie ever, which is like nuts to me.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
I just
like just lie. Just do it.
I don't lie. There's no reason for me to.
Okay, Horatio. Wait, that's not right. Oh Lord. Okay. That's my bedtime cue.
All right.
I don't even know what I was trying to say. He is a loyal friend and confidant to Hamlet. He is calm and sensible, while Hamlet is passionate and headstrong. I mean, kind of fits. So,
Okay, but that doesn't really mean you value the truth, though.
well, only time will reveal the truth. So,
Wow, somebody is on some meds.
the funny thing is, I'm not. But okay, I'll say the Paxlovid. Paxlovid. What is it?
I think it's Paxlovid.
It makes everything taste like shit.
Oh.
Like I this morning put off taking it so that I could eat and have a yummy little breakfast. Well, it was really lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been like 8 hours and my mouth tastes so bitter.
Mm.
So that's nothing to do with what we were talking about though. We were talking about
Horatio, the truth, valuing the truth.
this is going to be a fun one for you to edit.
Yeah, it's not. I'm already thinking about it. About all that I'm going to be cutting out.
Yeah. Maybe you should just leave it and then see how many subscribers we lose.
What a fun activity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no on that. I'm not gonna torture them.
Okay, we'll leave that part in though. That was funny.
Which part?
Like this one's gonna be a fun one to edit.
Oh, okay.
Well, wow, moral dilemmas. Actually, I want to say to the audience, if you have any moral dilemmas, please send them our way. We love to make judgments. Okay, well, I think when there's a moral dilemma, obviously there's no absolute correct way to deal with it, but it is easier to pick out what is wrong. Like this last story. Like, okay, I don't know what the best way to deal with this was, but you fucked up. Like, that was mean. You know, it's easier to pick out the wrongs.
Mm.
So I think that's something that I would say is interesting to me. When you're in a gray zone, it's harder to pick out, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what is the wrong stuff here rather than what is right. Thank you guys for listening to this chaotic episode. Unless, of course, Pugly has made it less chaotic, then thank you, Pugly.
I hope so.
Good luck on the editing process. We love to talk to you guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We love you.
See you next time. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bisous.